What's up, everyone? I'm Allie Burns from Picks Parlays, and it's time for an NBA player prop drop for your Thursday, February the 23rd. With me, as always, I've got Scott Reichel from Winners and Winers. What's up, Scott?
Nothing much. Been a while. Nice to be back from All-Star break. How have you been? I
I've
saw
been
you
good.
yesterday. So
Yeah, well, you were on the Morning Wood show. Yeah. You were right about Providence. That line did look way too easy. I used it as one of my best bets, actually. So thanks for the tip on that. It did look way too easy. They were begging us, weren't they? Begging us.
and UConn crushed them, but I think I went 3-0 on my picks for Morningwood yesterday. So
No, because you said Florida. That was one of your, oh, on your
I didn't
tennis
give
and
I
your
didn't give
two
that out.
hockeys. Yeah. That was just a lean. Your two hockeys and your tennis. So
That
excellent.
yeah, those won. So can't
Excellent.
complain.
And you won Total Chaos yesterday.
I did. Went 2-1. I beat Terry. We had one game which we differed, and I won easily. So feels good. Terry was a gentleman, though. He did congratulate me on Twitter, and I told him snooze you lose. But also I'm sure we'll be back again against him because I don't know who else covers hockey. So I'm assuming I'll do it with Terry again at some point.
I used to have a big group of hockey guys and they've all kind of dissipated. So I don't do as many NHL Total Chaoses. Plus, NBA is where the views are at. And that's what we're talking today. NBA player props. We've got 4 of them for you. Before we get going, everyone like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And don't forget to check out my official sponsor, Caesar Sportsbook. Download the app. Use my promo code Woodful. For all new accounts, you get up to $1,250 in a risk-free first bet. So bet $10, $20, all the way to $1,250. Win or lose, money goes back into your account, and you get 1,000 reward credits and 1,000 tier credits. All right, let's kick it off. What do you got for me today, Scott?
So first one, I'm going to go to the Pacers and Celtics game, and I'm going to go with Aaron Nesmith over 10.5 points at -120. Looking at his numbers recently, he has been a lot better offensively, as he has scored at least 19 points in each of the last 2 games. He's also played a decent amount of minutes lately because he is starting for the Pacers. Tells you how bad the Pacers are. But he's still starting. He's played at least 27 minutes in 8 of the last 10 games. He scored 15 against Boston in the first meeting this season, and Boston is his former team. So maybe a little bit of motivation there for Nesmith to kind of stick it to his old team. But 10.5, I think, is a little bit too short for a guy that's gotten a bigger role with the offense recently. Give me the over 10.5.
Let me just ask you a question before we keep going. We are coming out of the All-Star break. Do you expect any rust on these guys? Like, what is there any difference in the way you were handicapping player props before the break and after, just because they've been on rest for so long?
For the player props, not really. I think for the overall games, I'm probably leaning more towards unders tonight,
Right.
which is very dangerous in the NBA. But there's a lot of really high totals, and with a lot of these guys having a week off, I know Jimmy Butler went to Argentina. You see people taking vacations with the family. You never
Right.
know if the star players are going to be fully ready to go or if they're going to be a little bit rusty to start. So maybe you can make an argument for some unders for full games. I don't have the data behind it. I'm assuming just based on selective recall that it is pretty profitable. But for player props, I feel like for some role players, I don't mind it because what else are they supposed to do? Like the numbers are
Right.
so low, they're still going to have a decent amount of playing time. So I might avoid some star players per se. All-Star weekend. It was in
Right.
Utah though, so it wasn't like they were drinking or anything. But they don't know if they went on vacation after. But I kind of targeted role players more for today's episode. But I do think you'll end up seeing some unders in the NBA based on just really ugly first quarters and potential fatigue late in games.
Hey, Salt Lake City's a pretty happening town. You can drink there. It's frowned upon, but you can drink there. All right, talk to me about the Spurs and the Mavs.
So I'm going to go with another role player who's actually been very good lately. I'm going to take Malachi Branham. And I'm going to go with him over 13.5 points at -125 on DraftKings. He's quietly been one of the most profitable over players for the last couple of weeks. He's had at least 15 points in 6 of his last 8 games. He's also played at least 28 minutes in each of the last 8 games. San Antonio's lost 14 straight. They don't care about winning. They're trying to get Victor, and as a result, they're giving a lot of young players more playing time. And Branham's one of those guys. And you're looking at the defense for Dallas. This game could be a blowout, but some players might be blowout proof because San Antonio's so bad, they're just going to let the young guys play anyway. But you have Luka and Doncic. You have Luka and Kyrie in the backcourt. That's one of the worst defensive backcourts in the league. I think Branham at 13.5 is a little bit too low. I'll take the over.
All right. So we got the Warriors trying to take on the Lake Show tonight. Talk to me about Anthony Davis.
So I'm going to go with him over 1.5 blocks at minus 130. Looking at Davis's numbers recently, he has been very good as a rim protector like he always has been. He's had at least 2 blocks in each of his last 3 games. He's also been very good at blocking shots against Golden State. He's had at least 2 blocks in 5 of the last 6 games against the Warriors, and they just played on February 13th, and Anthony Davis did have 3 blocks in that game. So I think 1.5 might seem like a high number, but I don't think it actually is. The total in this game is like 238. So you're expecting a lot of pace in this game, a lot of possessions, and Davis, we know, is going to patrol the middle. I like the over 1.5 blocks at minus 130.
Okay, one more for the round.
So this is going to be the plus money play for the episode. I'm going to go with Kelly Olynyk over 6.5 rebounds at plus 105. I don't really know why this is plus money, but I'm going to take it. He's had at least 7 rebounds in 3 of the last 4 games. He's had at least 10 rebounds in each of the last 2 games. He's played at least 26 minutes in 6 of his last 7 games. So Utah has given him an increasing role or a bigger role with the team. And I think as a result, his numbers are still a little bit too low. And against Oklahoma City, we know the Thunder don't exactly have any good centers. He's had at least 7 rebounds in 4 of his last 6 games against the Thunder. 6.5 at plus 105 for a guy that's had 10 plus in 2 straight. And Oklahoma City is one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. Give me the over 6.5.
All right, you can have it. You get the over 6.5. All right, Scott Reichel, if the people are looking for you, they're going to head over to @Reichel Radio on Twitter. What do you got lined up for them over there?
It's all free picks with the Winners and Whiners page every night. That gets retweeted by me every morning. Besides that, I got the podcast, the NBA podcast, the tennis podcast, NFL podcast, but it's the off season, so I'm sure we'll still have a couple episodes there. But a lot of podcasts, a lot of free content. Find it all on my Twitter.
All right, all right. If you guys are looking for more of me, you can find me @Plus Money Honey. And if you're looking for premium plays from picksandparlays.net, head over to the site and use the promo code MADNESS to save 20% off whatever you get from the site. All right, thank you, Mr. Reichel. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you soon.